When he played Spider-Man again after 14 years, this scene appeared in the cinema. This is the actor of the original Spider-Man, and the superhero inspiration for countless people, Tobey Maguire. 23 years ago, Spider-Man swinging between skyscrapers fulfilled the superhero fantasies of countless movie fans, but that Peter Parker, who was bullied and relied on odd jobs to make a living, also reflected Tobey's real life. From a young age, Tobey lived a nomadic life due to his parents' divorce, moving between relatives' homes. To make a living, he worked as a dishwasher, a supermarket stocker, and even held signs to beg at subway stations. Recalling his childhood, Tobey described it as lonely and difficult. Due to financial difficulties, Tobey once dreamed of becoming a chef. It was the $100 that his mother saved up from their tight budget that allowed Tobey to switch to studying acting, which changed the direction of his life. In acting, Tobey found a momentary escape from reality, but the hardships of life forced him to move between different production crews. Even for the smallest and most insignificant bit parts, Tobey would give his all. By chance, during an audition for a production crew, Tobey met a friend of a similar age. Their similarly broken family backgrounds forged a deep friendship between them. When his friend landed roles as a parent or in challenging life situations, he recommended Tobey to the production crew. From being an unknown extra, Tobey began to have more opportunities to stand out. This friend was Leonardo DiCaprio. In the 1990s, the digital revolution and independent wave swept through Hollywood, and these two young boys quietly began to change the landscape of this wave. Leo became a global teen idol with Titanic, while Tobey started to make his mark in low-budget films. The loneliness and repression in The Ice Storm, the absurdity and anxiety in Deconstructing Harry, the mystery and danger in Wonder Boys, these fringe roles allowed Tobey to showcase his delicate and vivid acting skills. Although he did not become a superstar like his friend Leo, these roles laid the groundwork for his future rise. In the new millennium, Marvel began preparations for Spider-Man. Due to differences from the comic book prototype and his lack of experience in commercial films, Tobey faced strong opposition from the film executives. The producers preferred Leo and Heath Ledger, but both of them coincidentally did not want to be constrained by a superhero role and chose to decline. Leo even strongly recommended Tobey to the production team. The film's director, Sam Raimi, who was also a fan of the Spider-Man comics, strongly opposed the majority opinion. He believed that Tobey, who came from a poor background and had experienced life's ups and downs, embodied the tragic hero essence of Peter Parker. In response to the executives' doubts, Tobey chose to answer with his acting skills. During the audition, the sense of brokenness honed by his experiences ultimately moved the executives, earning him the opportunity to play Spider-Man. However, for an actor with a weak foundation in action, performing the action scenes in the movie was no easy task. To achieve this, Tobey underwent a rigorous special training regimen for 5 months, 6 days a week, 4 hours a day. He learned martial arts and practiced rock climbing to enhance his physical fitness. He spent nearly 10 hours a day on the wires just to make Spider-Man's aerial movements more realistic. In 2002, Spider-Man was released. While the superheroes on Hollywood's assembly line were busy saving the world, Tobey's Spider-Man was struggling to make ends meet. He worked as a freelance photographer for the Daily Bugle for a $300 fee, participated in underground boxing matches in New York for prize money, and delivered food to pay the rent. And when he was struggling financially and asked his boss for an advance on his salary, he was met with merciless ridicule. He showed us that even superheroes, when faced with reality, are a reflection of ordinary people. They bleed, they cry, and they even doubt themselves. But this humanized portrayal of a hero who is also an ordinary person became a template for future superhero films. Spider-Man achieved tremendous success, with 3 films in the series grossing over $18 billion globally in 5 years and receiving nominations and winning numerous film awards, including the Oscars. Spider-Man proved to the world that superhero movies can also portray humanistic reality. And Tobey, from being relatively unknown, suddenly leapt into the ranks of the multi-million-dollar club of superstars. However, after reaching the peak, the brilliance always fades away. After bidding farewell to Spider-Man, Tobey seemed to fall into the superhero curse, with fewer and fewer film appearances, and not a single movie released in the 5 years from 2015 to 2020. And when he returned to the Spider-Man movies 14 years later, with wrinkles and signs of aging, the entire internet was abuzz. Some people ask, after all these years, why is he still considered the pinnacle of Spider-Man? Perhaps the answer lies in that summer of 2002 when he enriched our childhood with Spider-Man. It is hidden in the moment he stopped the runaway train with his own flesh and blood, which also uplifted an entire era's belief in heroes. Time has changed the once young boys. When we first watched Spider-Man, we were carefree, but looking back now, we might be struggling under the weight of life. However, despite life's hardships, Tobey, upon his return, still reminds us to strive to become better.
Trying to do better in every possible way.